This is CNN Breaking News.
As you know, many people in the democratic world look also at the treatment of journalists, and your record has not been good. And President Obama said Ethiopia cannot unleash the full potential of its people if it jails journalists and restricts legitimate opposition groups. So yes, you have released about 5 or so bloggers before the president arrived. Can you assure us and the other journalists that they will be released?
First of all, what I would like to say is we haven't jailed any journalist because he or she is a journalist. We follow our rules. The rule of law is important for everything, for democracy, for development, and so on. So nobody can be above the law, whether he or she is a journalist, a politician, a lawyer, or whatever. So when they trespass the rule of the country, they will be in trouble. Otherwise, if they respect the rules of the country, nobody can touch them. But as I said earlier, our institutions, especially democratic institutions, are still young, and there could be areas that need improvement. And during the discussion between President Obama and our Prime Minister, what we have acknowledged is that there are weaknesses that we need to sort in the future.
Most democratic societies would agree with you, but the problem is the journalists say, and so do human rights agree, that in fact you use this idea of, you know, collaborating with terrorists or violating the laws, when in fact they're just trying to maybe criticize the government or root out corruption, as has happened with one young journalist who explained to us why they were arrested. Just listen for a moment.
Most of the journalists in jail are critical. They write stories about what is going on in the country, and most of them are claiming for rule of law, transparency, accountability. I'm not a terrorist. I write stories.
So, Foreign Minister, you would agree, as you said, that you need to go further in protecting these kinds of activities, as the president asked for, and in bolstering Ethiopia's respect for basic human rights in this regard.
On being critical in jail, no, that's, you know, as we speak, I can give you many examples, newspapers and so on, you know, who are very critical of the government. That cannot be a problem, and that should not be a problem. The problem is when they trespass a law. As I said earlier, I cannot go into details, but there were evidences that they were not respecting the rules and the laws of the country. So that's the only thing that can land them